All right, so I think you've heard enough about analytics for now, so we'll move on to something that's quite different to what we've been looking at for the whole of today. I just want to show you how we can use Google Maps to also bring some additional traffic to your business and also to help improve the user experience on your website. So I think pretty much today we've really been covering how to use search engine optimization, so organic results to drive traffic to your website, and also how to use search engine marketing to drive traffic to your website as well, so AdWords and other online marketing. But Google also has a lot of other offerings out there that can help you drive additional traffic to your website. We have like a news search engine, we have a blog search engine. You could use YouTube to put videos of your business there and drive traffic to your website and so on. And one of the tools we have is Google Maps, right? And we now have it available for Thailand as well. And it's another great sort of free option to help drive visitors to your website. So what I want to focus on today is something called Local Business Center. And I don't know if anybody's used that yet, but essentially what it is, it's like a business listing that sits on top of Google Maps. So you go into Google Local Business Center, you add your business's details onto there, and then when people search for your business on Google Maps, they hopefully will see your business listed here. So here's an example. If this is Google Maps Thailand, up the top there is where somebody types in their query. So in this case, it's hotels in Bangkok. So you'll see a number of different things here in terms of results, very similar to the Google search result page. We have some text ads there, so that's one of the ads up there. And sometimes there are some ads down the bottom here as well. And then we have all these business listings that match the query. So in this case, it's all hotels in Bangkok. And a lot of these listings are created by the business themselves on Local Business Center. So we are talking about clicks to bricks. Basically, if you have bricks, if you have physical store locations, physical properties, you should make sure that you list it on Google Local Business Center so that people can find them. Sometimes when people are looking for an outlet or one of your service centers or your retail store, they might not come to your website first, then go to your Contact Us page and then look for your business. They might just go straight to Google Maps and say, show me all the hotels in Bangkok. So what I want to show you is what more information you can show in these listings. So I'm going to use the example of Amari Hotels because I think what they've done is they've really set up their listings really well and it shows a lot of useful information. And I hope this sort of inspires you to go back and start listing all your businesses on Google Maps as well. Again, this is completely free. There is no charge for listing your business at all. So Amari Hotels here, they've listed all their properties in Thailand on Google Maps. So you can see if I search for Amari Hotel, I get all these listings. Shows me on Google Maps where these properties are. And if I'm interested in a particular property, as a user, I would click on that bubble. Or I would click on say, give me more information. And it would expand the bubble and show me some additional information about this business. So here, for example, I see the business name, I can see the address, I have a URL to their website and so on. So that's pretty good for a basic listing. But if I click on the more information link here, it will actually expand and give me even more information about this business. Right? So we've included other results about Amari Hotels in here, so you can read reviews in this case because it's a hotel. We're showing more information, we're showing photos there, but really we're starting to show a lot more rich information thanks to the tabs on the top there. So if we were to go through these tabs, we would get to learn a bit more about this business. So on this tab, for example, all this information is provided by the business owner themselves. So this is why it's an advantage for you to go and list your business, because you can give all this information about your business, which might not be easy to find just on a regular search, or even if I was a casual browser who came to your website. But if I'm looking for your business on Google Maps, then I can learn all about your business on Google Maps itself as well. So you can provide all this information, what services you provide, what payment options you take, what are your opening hours. Also, these are not fixed fields. You can actually provide even more information here that, that Google Local Business Center doesn't say you must give this or you mustn't give this. It's totally flexible. You can show what information you want. I like this as well. You can actually start to show images. So if you have images, you can upload that to your listing. We might even show images from other websites about your business. And if you have any videos on YouTube, you can embed that in here as well. So if you have TV commercials, you should upload it onto YouTube and then embed it into your local business center listing. Or if somebody has given a really great review of you on YouTube, upload it there. And so this is kind of like a one-stop shop. So I'm trying to learn about your business, or I'm trying to look for a retail store, and I can find all that information in here. So it's almost like a mini web page. What's nice as well, if you take the effort to spend time uploading your listings on Google Local Business Center, it starts to show up in other places as well, not just Google Maps. If you do a search on your mobile device, it will show up on Google Maps for mobile as well, and it will format the information so that it shows up nicely on a small screen. And probably even more useful is the fact this can also start to show up on Google search results as well. So a great thing for Amari here is that if somebody searches for Amari hotels when they're on google.com or google.co.th, they'll start to see the map results here itself. And then they can actually visually see where these locations are and then click on one of these results to be taken to that page or to that map listing. So just by spending a bit of time going to Google Local Business Center, signing up, adding a listing, all for free, you can get exposure in all these different channels. And then it helps drive additional traffic to your website. So how do you get started? So it's actually very easy. You go to google.co.th/local/ad. Then you sign in with your Google account. I'd recommend creating an account just for your business, so don't use your personal Gmail account to log in. And then once you're in there, you have two options for uploading your listings. So one option is to upload each of your listings individually. And then what happens, you'll then receive a postcard. We'll send you a postcard with a PIN number. And when you receive that at your business, you key in that PIN number. Your listing is verified, and then it will start appearing on Google Maps. Now, if you have more than 10 locations, a much easier way to do this is to create an Excel spreadsheet, and we give you full instructions. And you list all your locations, whether it's 11 locations or 120 locations, and you upload it to Local Business Center, and then it's in there straight away. And really, that's all it takes. So it's a little bit of effort initially, a bit of hard work. Maybe it could be a bit boring for some people, but it will pay off in the long run for you. So that's how to use Google Maps as a way to drive traffic to your website. There's another way to use Google Maps, and that's to put it on your own website using what's known as our API. So it's the Application Programmers Interface. So it's a programming language which brings the power of Google Maps to your website. And you can then use Google Maps on your website to provide a nicer user experience for your visitors. So let me just show you some examples of how this is being used. Over in Australia, there's a chain of supermarkets called Coles Express. So a lot of times users will go to the Coles Express website to look for their nearest supermarket. So before, it used to be just they would list all their stores and that's it. So you'd have to scroll through and find out which is the closest to you. But then what they did was they built an interactive store locator. And as you can see, they've used Google Maps as kind of their mapping engine. Again, this has been provided to the website for free. So the only sort of cost or effort involved was getting a programmer just to put it on here and then merge their data with the maps itself. And you'll see here that the maps, it just looks like regular Google Maps. So any visitor who comes to your website who's familiar with Google Maps, they'll know exactly what to do away. You'll see little, instead of having the red teardrop that usually you see on Google Maps, you can put your own images. So you can have your logo instead of just a red teardrop there. The bubble that opens up, you can put all your rich information there, and you can also style it to look like your website. This is an example of a store locator for Standard Chartered Bank in India. And because India is a huge country, Standard Chartered have a lot of ATMs and branches. So to make it easy for visitors to locate these branches, they created, again, a store locator. And again, they use Google Maps as the way to place the information on a map. Because it's probably easier for people to read a map than it is to look through a list of 300 ATM locations to find out where they are. So the Google Maps API is being used quite extensively in Thailand. Home, for example, use it to try and sell properties or get listings. And so, again, you have all this information in your database, in your back-end systems, and it's just a matter of pulling that information out, putting Google Maps on your own website, and then pasting sort of that information on top of Google Maps, right? So I can click on a listing, it opens up, and it shows me all that information there. Trafi, I don't know if anyone's used it. So I know traffic in Bangkok is always quite bad, or sometimes it is. And this is quite an interesting website. I mean, I could see it being very useful. Again, they have a lot of sort of traffic-related information. And the best way to share it with people is to visualize it on a map. And again, they use Google Maps because it's free. So they put the maps on their website. And then, you know, they have their own icons, they have their own information overlaid on top of Google Maps, so they're drawing all these lines on top. And, you know, you can sort of click on one of these icons, it would bring up the webcam, and you could see what's the state of traffic over there. And just even, again, simple use cases, you know, just looking for a nearest supermarket or a nearest store. Again, this is kind of a simple implementation, but very straightforward. If I wanted to find the nearest Big C store, I would just come here and I could see that, oh, I'm over here, and oh, the store's over there, so that's the closest store for me. And a lot more uses out there in the market. There are a lot more fancy things you could do with Google Maps API. You can do animations, you can overlay like heat maps on top. Maybe if you had like a Wi-Fi coverage network, you could map on the map where your Wi-Fi reaches out, and so on. This is kind of just the start of Google Maps API. There's a lot more you can do with it. And so what I'd recommend is just start looking at some of these links here to get an idea of what you can be doing. So basically what I've shown you today is two ways you can use Google Maps. One is to use Google Maps itself to drive traffic to your business and to give your business a good presence on Google Maps. And the other is to actually take Google Maps. It's being given away free, so why not take it, put it on your website, and merge it with your data to give your users a very good user experience. So instead of them having to look through 100 rows of store locations, they can just look at a map and say, that's the store I want to go to. Okay, thank you very much.
ขอบคุณค่ะเป็นไงคะเรื่อง Google Maps Google Maps มี2ส่วนนะคะที่จะไปใช้งานได้คืออันดับแรกคือเอาข้อมูลไปใส่บนเว็บ Google Maps เลยนะคะที่เป็น map.google.co.th หรือถ้าใครอยากไปใส่ภาษาอังกฤษก็ได้คือคนไม่ว่าจะเป็นคนไทยหรือต่างชาติเข้าที่ไหนค่ะก็สามารถที่จะค้นหาข้อมูลเราได้นะคะไปที่ local business center หรือเขาเรียกว่าศูนย์ธุรกิจท้องถิ่นนะคะก็คือล็อกอินเข้าไปเนี่ยจะใส่ข้อมูลอะไรก็แล้วแต่ที่เราต้องการโปรโมทต้องการให้ข้อมูลเกี่ยวกับเรื่องที่อยู่เรารูปภาพวิดีโอนะคะแล้วก็ตำแหน่งค่ะสามารถใส่เข้าไปได้เลยแล้ว Google จะทำ verify ว่าคุณเป็นเจ้าของหรือเปล่านะคะหลังจากนั้นข้อมูลเราจะไปอยู่บนแผนที่ Google Map เลยนะแล้วทำภาษาอะไรก็ได้ถ้ามีอะไรปรับปรุงก็ล็อกอินเข้ามาปรับปรุงได้เองไม่ต้องรอนะคะง่ายมากทีนี้ตรงนี้เนี่ยค่ะแทนที่คนจะมาเสิร์ชหาเห็นเราที่แมปโดยตรงเนี่ยค่ะตอนนี้เนี่ยเราเปิดใช้ถ้าใครสังเกตเวลาเสิร์ช Google เราเสิร์ชมีเรื่องของตำแหน่งอะค่ะเป็นพื้นที่หรือเป็นเมืองยกตัวอย่างเช่นเสิร์ชคำว่าอินเทอร์เน็ตที่กรุงเทพยกตัวอย่างนะคะมีคำว่ากรุงเทพผลเสิร์ชปกติเนี่ยค่ะจะเห็นแมปขึ้นด้วยที่วินนี่โชว์ให้ดูเคยสังเกตกันไหมคะอันนี้เพิ่งเปิดออกมาเลยเมื่อประมาณน่าจะประมาณ3อาทิตย์ที่แล้วเพราะฉะนั้นเราไปใส่ในแมปใช่ไหมคะแต่คนไม่ได้มาแมปไม่เป็นไรแต่ถ้าคนไปเสิร์ช Google ปกติข้อมูลธุรกิจเราก็ขึ้นด้วยแล้วโอกาสที่คนจะคลิกจากตรงนั้นมาก็มีสูงนะคะเราสามารถโปรโมทผ่านตรงนี้ได้ทีนี้ส่วนที่2แทนที่จะใช้บนแผนที่เอาข้อมูลไปใส่อย่างเดียวค่ะส่วนที่2เอาแผนที่ไปไว้บนหน้าเว็บ เว็บของเราเองแล้วก็ไปทำอะไรเพิ่มเติมนะคะเขาเรียกว่า Google Maps API คือตรงนั้นก็คือฟรีเหมือนกันก็คือเข้าไปล็อกอินแล้วก็ขอตัวโค้ดมาซึ่งตัวนี้เนี่ยเราอาจจะคัสตอมไมซ์ทำอะไรก็แล้วแต่ตามที่เราต้องการก็ได้อย่างที่เขาให้ดูเป็นของทราฟฟี่ที่ทำเกี่ยวกับเรื่องของการจราจรใช่ไหมคะเขาก็ทำแอดออนคือทำเพิ่มจากตรงนั้นได้อีกซึ่งของเราเองเนี่ยก็ทำได้สมมติเรามีบริการหลากหลายอย่างเราก็ทำเป็นแคตตากรีให้ลูกค้าเลือกก็ได้นะคะทำเป็นไอคอนต่างๆที่เราสามารถปรับได้เองเลยซึ่งตรงนี้เนี่ยก็สามารถเข้าไปใช้ได้ทันทีเลยนะคะแล้วก็ Account หนึ่งก็สามารถไปวางไว้ได้หลายเว็บไซต์เพราะว่าเข้าใจว่าบางบริษัทจะมีเว็บไซต์หลาย Product แยกกันออกไปด้วยนะคะสามารถใช้ได้หมดค่ะ